Today, I'm going to share with you the 3 most important rules in self-branding. When you work on your brand, you have to make sure that after you've done all the work, what comes out is really true you, so that you can say, hey, that's who I want to be, and that's how I want to be perceived by others. So very important that you make it work for you, that you feel good, but it's also attractive to others. And what you have to be aware of and where you have to be careful, that's what I'm going to show you in this video. My name is Petra Wuest and I help experts to develop their strong personal brand in order to position themselves as the go-to experts in their company. And if you like that topic, if you think this is important, subscribe to my channel. First rule in branding is authenticity. So often people ask me, but Petra, if we work on our brand, are we not making up something? Are we not constructing something? Is it going to be copied? Is it going to be unauthentic? And of course, no, it's not. That would be a big mistake. Because if you have to be somebody, if you have to behave in a way that is not true to who you are going to feel bad about it, and you're not going to be good at it either. And people will spot it very easily. We have a very sensitive antennas to finding out whether people are true or whether they're fake. There is one rule in sales, and that's people do not buy fake. People don't want fake. People want the real thing. So if they sense that something's wrong about you, they're not going to want to be with you. They're not going to want to work with you. So therefore, there's these 2 reasons why it's so important that it's authentic. You have to feel good with it, but the others will have to have the idea that this is true you. Otherwise, it's not going to be attractive. So therefore, the first step in branding is always looking within yourself. Who am I? That is the first question. The target group, the people in your environment, yes, they do become important because we want to sell ourselves. We want to market what we do to somebody else. So of course, the other person becomes important, but not in a first step, but only in a second step. The first step, always looking within myself. Who am I? And if that's what you do, then the brand automatically becomes authentic. Rule number 2, it has to be unique. And here we face a problem because often people say, I'm such an ordinary person. I don't play tennis like Roger Federer. I don't look like Heidi Klum. How can I be unique? And that is a pure misconception on your part. Maybe you've read Harry Potter. I'm a great Harry Potter fan. So, in the first book, when Harry doesn't know that he's a sorcerer, he goes to the zoo. And then there is this snake. And then the snake talks to him. And of course he thinks, this is kind of weird. The snake talks to me. I understand the snake. That's kind of weird. But then he realizes, or he learns, that he is a sorcerer. And then, of course, he understands this is why I understand snakes. But what he's not aware of the fact that not all sorcerers understand snakes. In order to be able to talk to snakes, you have to be linked directly to Voldemort, the bad guy. But Harry doesn't know that. So of course, because he can understand the snake, he can talk to the snake, he thinks that all sorcerers can do that. And that's what we so often do. We so often think that if we're good at something, everybody can do it. It's not special. And that's not the case. But for us, of course, it's normal. I only know how it is to be me. I don't know how it is to be you. So therefore, if I'm good at something, the thought that that's a very ordinary thing is very close. I can say while standing in front of people, telling them something, being maybe a bit funny, being a bit entertaining, everybody can do that. That's not special. Well, no, not everybody can do that. I can do it. I'm not the only one, but I can do it. But because for me it's so normal, I tend to think that that is not special. And that happens so often with our expertise. It happens so often that we're good at something. We even have a gift, we have a talent, or we have an expertise, a competency that we've learned, that we've trained. And because it's so normal to us, we think that it's normal for everybody. So the problem with becoming unique is not that you have to become unique, because you are already unique. Everybody's unique. I mean, look at you. Look at the people in your environment. You look different. You have a different character. You have different experience, different competencies. Of course, you are unique. Everybody's unique. So the question is not about becoming unique. The question is, what makes me unique and seeing what makes me unique and valuing what makes you unique. And that's the problem. That's what we never do. We always discount what we do. Oh, this is nothing. Oh, everybody can do that. Oh, that's not special. And of course, if you discount everything that you have, in the end, there's going to be nothing left. It's not about becoming unique. It's about seeing what makes you unique and valuing what makes you unique. And if you do that, then that second rule of the brand has to be unique is not even a question anymore, because it's a given anyway. And now we come to a difficult rule, and that's rule number 3, and that is focus. So the powerful brand is always focused. You have to focus. There is a very important sentence in marketing or in self-marketing. If you want to be everything for everybody, you're going to be nothing for nobody. So therefore you have to focus. Who am I? What is it that I do? For example, you go to a job interview. You go to a job interview and you have well prepared and you have all your strengths thought about and listed up. And then you go to this job interview. People ask you, what are your main strengths? And you present a whole list, 10 things. The interviewer is going to say, oh, well, that's far too much. I don't want that. And that is sales psychology again. People only buy what they understand. And if something is too complex, too much, they're not going to buy it. There is a restaurant in the town where I live, Basel. That restaurant is called Wurzengraber. It's got a funny name and it's kind of a funny restaurant. But the interesting thing is that Wurzengraber has a menu. And on this menu, you have 10 pages. And on every page, you have 10 dishes. One calculates 100 dishes. Do you think that this restaurant is a good restaurant? Do you think the food is going to be good? Well, no, probably not. Because a chef who says, oh, I can do 100 dishes. I can do them fresh and I'm good at 100 things. That's just not trustworthy. And that's the problem. At Wurzengraber, you can buy pizza, you can buy steak, you can even buy lobster, you can buy risotto. It's not trustworthy. If you want a pizza, you go to the pizza place. If you want a steak, you go to the steakhouse. But you don't go to Wurzengraber. So the problem is, if you offer too much, if you say, I can do everything, it's not going to be trustworthy. Theoretically, Wurzengraber might have the best pizza in town. It's possible, right? But the problem is, because you don't even go and taste the pizza at Wurzengraber, because you go to the pizza place in the first place, Wurzengraber is never even going to have a chance to prove to you that they have the best pizza. And that's the problem. It's not trustworthy. So therefore, people will not even try. So you see, self-marketing, this is classical marketing. Self-marketing is not about the reality. It is about how people perceive it. And if people think that it cannot be good, they will not buy. There is an important sentence in marketing. Perception is reality. It's how people perceive it. And if people think this is not trustworthy, it's too much, too complex, too complicated, then they're not going to buy. And that, in my opinion, is a true challenge, because we have a lot of talents, we have a lot of things we're good at, we have a lot of things we like to do. But if you want to be visible and if you want to stick out and position yourself as the go-to expert for something specific, you have to focus. You're never going to be perceived as the expert if you say, I can do everything. And that, to me, is a challenge, but it is super important. So these are the 3 main rules in self-branding. In fact, there's 7 rules in total. And if you're interested to learn more about the 4 remaining rules, then check out my program, the Trusted Expert Program, where I will present all those, I will give examples, I will share with you all the 7 rules that you need in order to build your powerful expert brand. So I hope this video was helpful. Please leave me a comment, a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing you in the next video.